They found the man and he confessed. Some of you were saying that because her name is Jessica, it means she's not Haitian. And because she speaks Spanish perfectly, she's not Haitian. But let me tell you this, just in case you don't know. You have a lot of Haitians here. They come here 5 years old, 6 years old. So what language do you think they're going to speak?
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Dominican News.
You probably know that we have immigration from Venezuela, from Haiti, from everywhere, but especially from Haiti, because Haitians are our neighbors. But we also have people a lot of people coming from Venezuela. Now, I see that in my previous video, when I talked about a girl named Jessica Toussaint, that she was accused by the murder of an American man, and some of you were mad about it because I said she was Haitian. She actually is Haitian. Now, crime does not have a nationality, but some people, as soon as you mention the word Haitian, it triggers like a racist battle. And some people were saying like, hey, you are saying that she's Haitian because all the negative things that happen in the Dominican Republic, you want to blame on Haitian? That's not true. That is not true. Actually, the minority of the crimes here are done by Haitians. Like most of Haitians, they come here to work and they work in farms, they work everywhere. But Haitians are humans. Haitians are human just like you and me. So they also commit crimes. And if a Haitian commits a crime and it affects someone from another country, I will say that here. Some of you were saying that because her name is Jessica, it means she's not Haitian. And because she speaks Spanish perfectly, she's not Haitian. But let me tell you this, just in case you don't know. You have a lot of Haitians here. They come here 5 years old, 6 years old. So what language do you think they're going to speak? If you come here as a child, 4, 5, or 6 years old, and then you are 21 years old, what language do you think you are going to speak? You are going to speak Spanish. So she is one of those Haitians that they come here at a very, very early age and they learn Spanish and they learn all the culture that is around them. But also you say her name is Jessica. Here's the problem. If you're Haitian and you're watching this video or you've been in Haiti, you know that the majority of Haitians, they don't have access to a birth certificate when they're born. So the majority of the Haitians that come to the Dominican Republic, they got no papers. But I'm not talking about papers from the Dominican Republic. They got no papers from Haiti. They got no passport, no ID, no nothing. It's not their fault. It's the fault of the government, right? I have asked about this situation to a lot of Haitians and they explained to me that once you're born, it is very, very difficult. The process, whatever, it's difficult to get a birth certificate, something that says, my name is this and this, I was born on this and this. So when they come here, the problem is that they don't have papers. So most of them, they don't use their real name to live here. They use a name that relates to the environment. So they use names that are Hispanic names. And you know that. If you live here, you know that if your name is Jean-Pierre, that's not the name that you're going to use here. You're gonna use a name like Jimmy, Pedro, Julio. Those are the names they use here. Now, a lot of Haitians, they come here, they use a name, or they have access to purchase fake identifications. You have a lot of Dominican authorities that they sell those IDs. So the fact that your name is Jessica and you speak Spanish, it doesn't mean that you are Dominican. It means that you came here at a very early age and you were able to get an ID. That's it. So when she was captured by the police, what happened? Show me your ID. I don't have an ID. I don't have nothing. Let me check your fingerprints. You are not anywhere here. So where are you from? No, I'm from Haiti. My fathers, they brought me here at a very early age. That is the situation. But I understand that you guys don't know that. And that's why I'm here to tell you. This gentleman right here, his name is Dion Altagracia. He was working for a 65-year-old German lady, Barbara Satich. I hope I'm doing the right pronunciation. That is her name. She was living here for many, many years. Her husband passed away in 2022. Her husband was a Haitian American. So therefore, they hired Haitians to work with them. She lived in Samaná, and she had a big house on like a huge farm and plantation. And this gentleman right here is the one that used to be like the security and the one that, well, it looks like they got into an argument. The reason, I don't know. But that's what witnesses say. They got into an argument. Next day, he stabbed her multiple times. And then he used a plastic bag put it in her head, and buried her in the yard of the house. All of this happened very, very early in the morning. When the other employees did not see the woman, they were asking, like, where is he? So then they were asking by this gentleman right here, but he was not in the house. And this is what triggered the alarm. So they called the police, and then they found the man, and he confessed. Everybody thought he was a Dominican man, right? Because his last name is Altagracia. But again, here we go again. Let me check your ID. I don't have an ID. Let me check your fingerprints. You're not in our records. You're not anywhere. Where are you from? I'm actually from Haiti. I came here when I was very, very young, and I just got this name, right? It is fake. This is not my real name. Crime does not have a nationality. If he was from Venezuela, I was going to say, yes, he is from Venezuela, and he murdered this woman. But he's from Haiti. What do you want me to say? I will say he's from Haiti. If he was Dominican, he was Dominican. If you look at my previous videos, you will see that I usually talk most of the time about Dominican prostitutes, Dominican killers. The other day, like 2 videos prior to this one or 3, I talked about 5 or 6 Dominican men that they were a young girl, right? But as soon as I mentioned the word Haiti or Haitians, I see not everybody, but I see a lot of people they get offended right away. Yeah, what is the problem? If you're Haitian, you're Haitian. If you're from the United States, you're from the United States. Sometimes I talk about Americans that they do stuff here, illegal shit. And I don't see people getting offended by that. I will continue keeping expats informed of what goes on here in the DR. Some of you are going to agree. Some of you are going to disagree. But before I do these videos, I do the proper investigation, and I check on details, and I see what's going on. And once I'm sure, then I give you the information. I also want to clarify the purpose of me doing this weekly Dominican news. The idea is to keep expats informed, people from the United States, people from Europe, from anywhere. If you're planning to visit us, I want you to know what to expect, and I want to keep you informed. So we have people from all over the world. We have people that never been in the Dominican Republic, people that want to come here, and also people that they usually come here very, very frequently. We also have a lot of expats living here in the Dominican Republic, and they watch my weekly news so they can be informed. And sometimes they don't understand what's going on, and it is my pleasure to explain. But when I talk about the Dominican Republic, I usually focus on things that affect expats, you know. I usually tell them what to do in certain situations, what not to do, what you should expect when you come here to visit us, Dominican culture and everything. So I talk about the good things and the bad things. For example, I usually show you things like this. But you will also see things like this. We have a lot of beauty in the Dominican Republic. We have beautiful places, beautiful hotels, beautiful women, beautiful beaches. We have a lot of beautiful things, but we also have things that are not that good because we're not different. We're just humans like anybody else. For example, something happened a couple of days ago where this 75-year-old man was robbed here, a broad daylight, by a Dominican man. Take a look at it. This is a very bad incident, right? But this man has been already caught. By 24 hours later, he was captured by the police.
No hay atraco. El problema es que yo soy brujo. Yo trabajo mi brujería. La persona que yo le hago un trabajo, si no me quiere.
When you go to Sosua, you will be able to rent like a 4-wheel so you can just go around the city. Sosua has everything you need to have fun. 2 weeks ago, an American man on his late 50s, he passed away in a very weird way. So he was driving a 4-wheel and then he passed. The evidence that I have from people in Sosua is that he was a little bit drunk and he had a Dominican prostitute in the back. They were having fun and it looks like he crashed and then he passed away. But he did not pass away from the accident. He actually passed away because he had a heart attack after he crashed.
¿Qué fue lo que le pasó al señor? ¿Puede decir lo que fue lo que pasó? Caballero, ¿qué fue lo que pasó con el señor?
No, porque yo no estaba todavía en la bajada. Pero nosotros.
Thank you very much for supporting the Dominican news. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Subscribe, hit the like button. Love you all. See you next week.